You ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
All right. Figure it out. Drugs.
Abacination there with an ever so perfect timed love song for the boys in blue, Abuse of Authority. Jay, welcome to the Sunday Cumdown.
Dude, we're back.
We are back. Now, shout out to the Abacination boys. We do miss them. It's been a long time since we've had the fortune to see them play. They're unfortunately not getting back together anytime soon, which is a shame.
Sucks.
But their legacy will live on
Through us.
through us. You're going to hear more of the end of that song every single week here on the Sunday Cumdown when we intro the show with it.
Big thanks to Billy Jones for letting us use that song too.
All Joneses are good people. As far as I'm concerned.
Most of them. Some of them are pedophiles, but
But thankfully my father left at a young age, so that stopped all that.
that doesn't mean he's not one though. That's the issue.
That's true.
You already committed the crime. That's the problem. How you been, buddy?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. It's nice to be doing this again. I guess a brief rundown of what this is all about. It's Sunday afternoon or evening, depending on when this goes live. You're either still having that last beer of the week, or you're absolutely stuck to the jaw after stuck to the lounge after white lining all weekend. You want that last little hour or so of tunes and two dulcet-voiced men to soothe you into that new week. That's what this show is all about.
And if it doesn't work, we're going to start the JOI instruction videos. You know?
Yeah, well, you've got ASMR coming up, and also, the JOIs are going to be fantastic as
Jerk off for me!
So, look, we are going to play a bunch of local tunes, play a bit of international tunes of some friends we've spoken with over the years. We're not going to talk too much straight away, so we're going to go pretty much straight into a song, aren't we, Jay?
We're going to go straight in, are we, man?
Straight into a song.
Yeah, we can do that.
Then we'll come back for a little chitter-chatter.
But the song we're going into, though, dude, fucking is a friend of ours, old Lucas Chambers. Winchester?
Yes, Lucas Winchester, Lucius, if you will.
Lucius Winnie, as I like to call him.
Night Train. He has some Night Train pedigree in him, that young man. So this is his new
Didn't
band.
cut mustard, though, unfortunately. He didn't cut it in the long run.
No. Well, as we said before, we aren't fans of pedophiles. So
that's it, man. Especially those redheaded, bearded fucking... Yeah,
so Luke couldn't stick around. But yeah, look, his band is still good. They're the unluckiest band in Newcastle, I would say. The unluckiest band. This band had three shows, I believe, cancelled before they got to their first gig. Yeah. And they've had another 2 canned since. But... we're going to go straight into a metal. How
many have they had? So how many that actually
just the one.
Just the one show.
Yeah, and it was awesome.
That's right, you were there.
It was packed out with I Hate People and a few other bands as well. Now, we're going to talk about...
but they're booking decent spots, so now that they're finally on the fucking...
Well, that is correct.
Yeah.
So, we're going to play a little double header of tunes here about a gig that's coming up in March at the Hamilton Station Hotel. It's Plague Dweller, and we'll talk about the other band when we come back. Psst, it's Frankenbok.
This is a bit of a secret, is it? Secret one?
It's Frankenbok.
Secret.
This is Plague Dweller. Our names will not be called. Go! The Sunday Cumdown.
Dude, that reminds me of the old Port Stephens FM days.
It was very reminiscent of that, actually.
We used to play that song a lot. That song came out around the time we were on the radio back then, and we were promoting the old Metal Body Metal.
So that album is like 11 years old. Are we that?
Right.
Are we that old?
Is it that old? Is it? Let me ask young Jamie.
Yeah, bring it up. Bring it up.
Where's young Jamie? Where is he?
As we call him, Spotify.
Well, we haven't got a slave anymore, like you said the other week.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The other week that was like 3 months ago.
Yeah,
last episode was like fucking 3 or 4 months ago. Dude, that was ages ago. We're terrible podcasters. 2011. Man.
Yes, we are terrible podcasters, but we're radio men now.
We are radio men. That album came out when we were radio boys in 2011.
That is ridiculous. And it is. I'll tell you this though, it is not a lot nicer to do the radio from your house in the lounge room as opposed to Port Stephens at 11 p.m. on a Monday night.
Look, it wasn't too bad, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, we can sit here and we can drink beers and we can smoke weed and, you know, do whatever else. But the radio station, the studio was lovely. It was cool to be in a proper studio.
Was it Conrad before us?
Conrad, yeah,
he
man.
was a legend. He was a legend.
What was his the afternoon drive? Oh, what the fuck? I can't remember.
He was a legend. But
shout out to Conrad. That dude was a legend. He taught us a lot of stuff, man.
Shout out to you being scared shitless every time I had to drive.
It's because you couldn't drive.
Well, at the time, no.
You fluked your license, so we just, you know.
Especially at night time with my 20/20 vision.
Fuck, man. And your parking skills at the radio station.
Thank fuck it was an open car park.
That was a good time, bro. We had a fucking good time.
Well, that's the whole idea of this. You know, gigs are few and far between. We can't go out and hassle bands.
No,
not consistently anyway. I've been hassling a few lately, which has been fun. Again, have you haven't been out to see anyone, obviously?
No, I mean I haven't seen any bands for a long time.
That's upsetting. But you know, we are starting to see some normality.
Your birthday last year, I think, was the last one.
Oh fuck, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, right.
Well, technically, I kind of saw Access All 80s, or the fuck they're called.
When we went to the wrestling.
When we went to the wrestling, and I saw them through a window.
But
I haven't seen any live music, I don't think, since your birthday last year. So nearly 12 months since I've seen a live band, yeah.
That is absolutely crazy. Well, it is, you know, gigs are starting to come back. Let's see how long that lasts. But we just played Frankenbok and Plague Dweller, who are going to be two bands on a 4-band bill at the... probably a venue that we've spent most of our time, the Hamilton Station Hotel. You'll be coming along to that one, Jay, I imagine?
Yeah, man. What a fucking lineup, though. That's huge.
I Hate People and... You'll have to excuse me on the fourth band. I can't remember. Yeah, so there's 4 bands.
Yeah.
The return of Frankenbok to the Hunter Valley, who I don't believe have been here since we've seen them at Thrashville.
Is it? No, they've been... Surely Frankenbok have been to Newcastle since 2018.
I don't believe so.
Wow, that's a long time for them. I mean, that's their roots. This is their roots, man.
I mean, 2 years they couldn't leave Victoria.
Well, that's true. They still barely can, the poor bastards.
That's true. So what else has been going on? I got a confession to make. You suggested to me that I watch Pam and Tommy. I didn't. Did you watch it?
Dude, did I watch it? I jerked off to it like 8 times. What a show. I loved it.
It's good?
Fucking, what's his name? Sebastian Stan. Crushes it as Tommy Lee.
Yeah. They do look the part.
Oh, for sure. And his big fat cock, that was a...
Honestly, they could have got Peter Dinklage in just to play his cock, I
reckon. Yes. But yeah, look, fucking not a bad show. Apparently there's a bit of negative shit going on behind the scenes about it with Pamela Anderson. I don't know. I don't read anything into it. But the show itself, I really enjoyed it. Seth Rogen has done nothing for me for years. The dude's been very boring. But he's fucking killing it.
Is it you? Because I've spoken to a couple of people about it. You said that you liked it more than The Dirt, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I really did like The Dirt, but Netflix movies...
It was pretty glossy.
Exactly.
There was a lot of drugs and tits and whatever, but it was very glossy.
Netflix tend to go for the spectacle more than the story or the...
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand that because Netflix is Netflix, whatever. Disney's been around for a lot longer and it is what it is. But I just find the story a little bit more compelling. It's definitely a love story.
Yeah,
It's really interesting. It's really crazy. I mean, a lot of these stories are obviously known to people because it's based on a book. I can't remember the name of the book, I'm sorry.
Tommy Land?
No. Oh, maybe.
Pam and Tommy?
It's probably is Pam and Tommy. It says at the start of the show, I can't remember, but yeah, and all this stuff's probably pretty known. But the way he proposed to her on a whim, and he'd met her like 2 nights before or some shit, and
it's crazy.
They got married like that night, and
you see so many of those like celebrity stories where they meet and then a month later they're married.
Yeah,
like it's like I don't know if that's just how celebrities live their life, like where there's no like normal sense of time in their life, but like everything just seems to fly by, and it's because it's not just Tommy Lee and Pamela. It's happened to like nearly half of those stories you see. It's like they met yesterday, fucked today, and they're married tomorrow, and they've already got a 4-year-old kid. So yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Well, these two got married the night they got engaged, I think, but they weren't even really dating or whatever, and then. But the coolest part about it, spoilers, once they get married, they're...
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. They're... the next morning, they're sober, and they're on the plane together flying back to America. And it's... they have no idea who the fuck each other is, and they do it really well. It's really compelling the way they sort of just...
Honestly, it just sounds like a rip-off of Ross and Rachel in England in Friends, to be honest.
Dude, fuck Friends, man. Friends was the most overrated fucking sitcom in the history of television, in my opinion.
You're wrong, but whatever.
Well, someone said that to me the other day about Seinfeld, and I could have snapped their neck.
I heard some people say it recently about Scrubs. Which...
Being overrated?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't even really think it's a sitcom as such.
It technically is,
Yeah.
but it's definitely more of a drama with some comedy, I reckon. I mean, especially the later seasons, Dr. Cox, when when all these patients dies and he's smashing the room up, and have fun not crying at that.
Yeah, well, look, I'm looking forward to watching Pam and Tommy. Those music films or adaptations can go either way. I mean, I liked The Dirt. The Doors movie is fucking excellent.
One of the best.
But then you've also got Bohemian Rhapsody, which...
I haven't seen it.
No, but I watched half of it and turned it off. Not out of any major issue, it just was very average.
I've heard it's too clean, like it's a bit too positive about...
Yeah, I see what you're laughing at.
That was an accident.
Yes.
But yeah, I've heard it's a bit too glamorous. It's not as gritty as it could have been.
I mean, it's easy to glamorize a life, but they also leave out all of the excessive drug use and...
Really?
Yeah.
What about the sodomy?
They barely any scenes of it, to be honest.
There's
Barely any close-ups of sodomy.
Is there a man-on-man love scene?
Look, there was after I changed channels and put some home movies on.
Honestly, I mean, there isn't enough. There's not.
I don't know why they shy away from it. I mean, apparently in Rocket Man there is.
Really?
Yeah, I've not seen it, but yeah, that's good. It is good to normalise that kind of stuff because it shouldn't be taboo.
Exactly. And I remember as a kid, whenever you'd see a man on man, like if it was girl on girl, I didn't mind. But if I saw a man on man, I remember feeling a little bit different about it. Like it was like that it was unusual or whatever. But fucking maybe that's why it's just not because it's. I felt that way because it wasn't.
Yeah, because it
always
just wasn't. I mean,
I think the first time I saw one was in that 6 Feet Under with Dexter. What's his fucking name? Michael C. Morgan.
Oh yeah. I've never seen 6 Feet Under.
Great show. He plays a gay guy and he bangs a bunch of dudes. And I remember, and that was the very first man-on-man sex scene I saw. And I remember thinking, this is a bit fucking unusual.
Yeah, but you don't.
I didn't know how to feel.
You don't see it. It's
so I
crazy.
jerked off and went to bed, and then that was the end of it.
Because the girl-on-girl stuff was always glamorized, but the same dudes that would go, oh, gays, would then go, oh, two birds rooting, and wank to it.
Fuck, that's so true. Because the way that these sex, I still remember them. They were the sex scenes between a man and a woman in this show, or a woman and a woman in this show, were always really. They were put together well. I mean, the whole show was put together well, but the man-on-man sex stuff. That was put together well as well, but it was definitely way dirtier and a bit more...
like it was violent.
Yeah. Like, for instance, like the sex scene that I remember, he was essentially raping a prostitute, like a male prostitute. And so that was that was all I saw.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now they're sort of talking about it, that's probably got a lot to do with it.
Yeah, right. Well, let's go back to some music while we discuss this off camera.
I like talking about man-on-man sex.
Funny thing is, you talk about the Doors film, right, while you queue up, I believe, Trashed Again?
We can do that.
Yep. The thing about the Doors film is I now can't think of the Doors without picturing Val Kilmer.
But the dude looked so much like fucking
I know, but when
Jim
I picture the Doors or Jim Morrison, I picture Val Kilmer in an elevator.
You know what's fucked up, man? If Jim Morrison had survived, he would look just like Val Kilmer does today. Fat and full of cancer.
Yeah.
That was awful. Poor bastard.
No, he is. I didn't know he had cancer, actually. I thought
yeah,
he was
I think he's okay now. I don't know, something about cancer. Maybe I'm just lying.
I thought he was unwell.
This is all for comedic purposes anyway.
Of course.
None of this is legit.
No. Anyway, listen to Trash Again and we'll be back after this.
Until we're dead, where we are. keeping on. We stand together and we stand strong. You gotta keep on keeping on. When the world doesn't give you what you want, you gotta keep on keeping on. We stand together and we stand strong. You gotta keep on keeping on. When the world doesn't give you what you want, you gotta keep on keeping on.
Trashed again there with the subtly titled Keep On Keeping On.
What a tune.
Excellent tune, but go buy the CD, listen to it on Spotify while you can, before, you know, them and everyone else somewhat justifiably takes their tunes off of Spotify.
Justifiably, I don't know about that.
You're the easiest fucking person to bait in the world.
Oh, come on. It's silly.
It is, look.
It's very silly. It's very silly.
The Joe Rogan
Do what I say or I'll take my toys away from you.
The Joe Rogan thing is silly. I think if it brings awareness to the bands being paid more, and that's good. Yeah, that's definitely a good thing.
And the sound quality thing. I mean, Neil Young's always been huge on the sound quality of MP3s or whatever else.
Yeah.
So I think that can be a huge thing for this because you and I have whinged in the past about the sound quality of Spotify. Frenzal Rom sucks on Spotify. I love their music. Love Frenzal Rom, the good dudes, but the music on Spotify sucks dicks. The quality sucks dicks on Spotify.
Most of them, like you can compare a CD to a Spotify stream and not normally that bad, but yeah, I mean, Frenzal Rom sounds like they're playing it through a boombox in a cardboard box.
Every album except for
High-vis.
Yeah, high-vis, yeah. So listen, Jay, if you're listening, tell him.
More chance of Dale listening, so Dale, tell Jay.
Dale, tell Jay. But yeah, man, but hats off to Spotify though. I mean, they don't seem to be backing down. They're like, well, no, fuck you. Like, we agreed to this. This is what we told this guy he can do, and he can do it.
For better or worse, they're a business though. They're going to go where the most money is for them.
Fucking no. It all comes down to money. No one gives a shit about anything else. It all comes down to fucking money. But what I find the most peculiar about it is everyone whinging about Joe Rogan himself. Joe Rogan spreading misinformation. Joe Rogan isn't spreading anything. Joe Rogan is having a conversation just as you and I are having a conversation. For anyone to hear that conversation, and they can take whatever the fuck they want away from that and do whatever the fuck they want with it. But Joe Rogan himself is not sitting there and saying, people have to do this. This is what this is. This is what's going on. He's having a conversation with people. It is completely different than someone telling someone to do something.
And not to downplay the seriousness of any death, really. But if we're going to lose people, I'm fine with it being the people that take their health advice from a Joe Rogan podcast.
100%. I totally understand. Anyone that listens to... The problem is with that, though. The health advice anywhere is fucking tricky.
Anyone other than your own doctor.
My own doctor's a fucking moron. He told me... I'm not even joking. He told me to stop smoking cannabis because it's a stimulant. Cannabis keep you awake. It make you stay awake.
Has he ever had it?
I said to him, listen, what time do you finish? 5 o'clock. I said, come to my house and fucking...
You're asleep
I know, I'm pretty stoned. I said, come over and I said, I'll fill you full of cones and we'll see who's awake. And he's like, I can't do that. I said, well, shut your fucking mouth.
I love the French.
Oh, yeah, you're very French. He made me a baguette and I left. Yeah, man, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to sort of get the information that you need. So people are sort of reaching for different places. But the point is, Rogan isn't telling anybody to. He's just having a conversation. Yeah. That's all he's doing. And I mean, even the doctors that are with him or the scientists that are with him, they're having conversation. They're not telling anybody. They're just having a conversation. I think it can be influential. Sorry, I'm rambling, but it can be influential. But it's got to come down to the individual at some point to take that information as it is.
I think Joe Rogan, much like Tool, is someone who is impacted negatively by their fan base. Tool's fan base are absolute flogs.
That's true.
And a lot of the brogans, as I like to call them, the Joe Rogan bros, think he himself is some kind of fucking genius. When he's not. He's a dude who can have a very good conversation with almost anybody. But yeah, this idea that he's a genius and everything he says is gospel is a bit silly.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that generalization, I see that a lot. I don't know anybody. I mean, I know you know Rogan fans that think he's the be all to end all, but even he himself, Rogan himself, will say, "Oh, fucking, I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm an idiot. I'll ask. I'm just asking questions," and that's sort of how I see it.
He seems quite personal. He's definitely got some opinions that I would consider outdated.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's a hateful dude or anything like that. But again, I don't pay much attention to it. But yeah, this whole thing, it's the internet again blowing up like it loves to do. It's this whole Neil Young and Spotify thing is this month's headline.
Yeah.
There'll be another one next month. It was Marilyn Manson last month. It was Kanye West the month before.
I didn't even know that Kanye and what's her name? Kim had separated. Now Kim's banging
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
and
Yeah, that seems like...
Kanye West is going around telling everyone that he's got AIDS.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh, that's the fucking best.
He's just being super petty and insinuated that Pete Davidson had AIDS.
That is hilarious.
Like, this dude has no sense of just being normal.
Holy fuck, that is insane. No decorum, just...
No.
That is the best. I would do the same fucking thing.
You gotta laugh though, because like...
So watch out, Jessica's future husband.
You have to laugh because it's so childish and dumb. It's like if you and I ever had a massive fallout, I said, Joe's got AIDS, right? You know, we used to steal stuff from the shops, don't you? just make it.
You know, Night Train broke up because Lenny fucked my kids, right?
Just petty
You're right.
shit. It's so dumb.
Well, the Axel and Slash thing, it was fucking 20 years of nonsense.
What I loved is every time you hear Slash talk about Axel in that interim period, he was never there anyway, or fucking couldn't sing that well anyway, blah blah blah. And now they're back together. It's like, oh yeah, he's the best man I've ever worked with.
And when Slash goes on about how good Axel's voice is, I could punch him in the fucking throat.
He sounds fucked.
Ah!
So you've seen him how many times now?
20.
Yeah. I realised yesterday it was 5 years this week since we saw him last.
So did I. Yeah, 5 years ago this week. Fucking hell. Good show though. That was Sydney. Then I went down to Melbourne after that and saw him. And they were fucking great that time, I thought.
That was the day where it was about 45 degrees.
Dude, it was so hot.
And then as soon as I got there, someone spilled a beer down the front of me. So it just never dried. I was just this sweaty, gross.
I barely saw you that day. I ran into you for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You're off with who was it? Like you?
Story and Cobby and Raymond.
That's when I just started smoking weed. So I was hanging out with my new stoner friends. I was sitting in the back of the crowd smoking joints all day. It was
just
great.
Wearing black and combing your fringes out of your eyes. Telling the world it sucks.
Meditating. Whinging about the government. Fuck, man.
So what have we got queued up? We've got some more tunes coming, because that is the whole point of this. People don't want to listen to us talk shit.
They don't. Well, some do. But not my ex.
Let's play our friends the Dodies.
The Dodies.
Yes. The episode that never got released. So tell a few people about the Dodies and who they are and why they should listen to them.
The Dodies, yeah. So just a great fucking sort of punk rock sort of band from Israel who hooked up with Bumblefoot, ex-Guns N' Roses guitarist.
There's your Gunners tie-in.
Yeah, always a Gunners tie-in. That's why.
I'm surprised it took us 40 minutes of this show to get a Gunners mention, to be honest.
I'm sure I've mentioned Axel somewhere in this fucking show.
Yeah, you did, like 2 seconds ago. But I'm surprised it took us that long to get into that Axel and Slash discussion.
Oh, fucking stay tuned for episode 2 then. But yeah, man, Dodies fucking great band. We recorded an episode with them a while ago now, fucking 18 months ago? Thereabouts. Yeah. We had an issue though with the connection. Those guys were in Israel. We were in Williamtown.
Yeah.
And the connection failed and we sort of fucked up the...
we were in a shed in a bush in Williamtown. The internet wasn't great for whatever reason.
It was awful. Fucking hotspotting from Sid's phone.
But no, great dudes. I'm still in touch with them. I'm not sure if you are, but yeah, we still share music. They the last time I spoke with, I want to say Ran, we discussed our mutual love for Silverchair.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude's into Silverchair?
Yeah, dude absolutely froths them.
Fucking hell. Daniel Johns is in the news a lot lately. That's speaking of
Tell you what, that dude is milking this return. Have you seen all the merch bundles he's releasing?
I saw something and then it sort of unfollowed him.
So he's going through the timeline, which is cool. If you're a Silverchair nut, fucking excellent, right?
Yeah.
He's releasing like limited edition signed lyric sheets that he's handwriting himself and cool bits of art.
Like Silverchair stuff?
Lyrics, yeah.
So wow, he's that's actually pretty fucking cool.
It is cool until you realise that each bundle is like $600.
No way.
The selling point is...
Is he going broke?
No, absolutely not. Because I imagine Spotify and whoever else paid him through the arse for his fucking podcast last year as well.
Is it exclusive for Spotify?
It's exclusive for someone, I think.
I see that they promote it a lot on Spotify. So maybe it is, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so he's going through the Silverchair albums in order, chronologically, and releasing like limited art pieces attached to like each of the big singles off those albums as well. Wow. Now they're about $600 a pop, but, and here's where I imagine people are just going, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. Each order gives you a chance to win a limited edition guitar of his.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of money. $600
$600 raffle ticket, yeah.
It's a lot of fucking money. And I mean, the dude's, like you said, milking the fuck out of it. But why? Why is he, what's the reason?
It's all a part of this new upcoming album he's got coming up. It's
a solo album, is it?
Yep.
Okay.
So my understanding was that he's kind of spent the last however long kind of distancing himself from Silverchair.
Mm.
So he's just kind of going, fuck it, I'm all in. I am the Silverchair dude. And making some money along the way.
I like to think that if Silverchair had continued on the path of sort of Freak Show, Frog Stomp, even some of Neon Ballroom, that they could have been one of the biggest fucking rock bands. Like
They were.
But I mean, to contend with like AC/DC and the Angels and to be one of those formidable fucking bands. But they've, because of the direction they changed and eventually sort of just slowly breaking up, I guess it's.
I like all their albums. I think every album is great, and from someone who doesn't just want the same 4/4 rock riffs all the time.
Oh yeah.
I do think though that if they continued, if not the 6th album, but maybe the 7th, would have been a fucking hell of a rock and roll album.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
They would have progressed. I mean, if they progressed the other way, I mean, they progressed either way. Yeah, their music went the way that was going to go. But if it had gone the other way, the heavier sort of way, I think they could have been one of those big fucking AC/DC style fucking worldwide type bands. Because they're still kind of obscure in parts of America.
They made it to Israel.
They did. And when I was in Las Vegas, fucking 6 years ago, what the fuck I was, I'm at the Hard Rock Hotel. There's a covers band playing upstairs. And they just fucking go into Tomorrow. They're playing Tomorrow Live. What the fuck? I'm from this town. It was crazy to hear that song on the other side of the fucking world.
I see
a covers band.
I see their name come up a lot on a website called the PRP, which is a metal website essentially. I've been using it since I was like 16. And with all these recent tours, you're seeing like a lot of throwback tours and stuff. So people are discussing bands from the early 2000s, whatever. And a lot of people are saying, I saw them in New York with Silverchair, blah, blah, blah. And then you see these little sub chats go on the side of just people frothing on Silverchair. They had a massive appeal.
They were huge. I mean, Freak and Freak Show were fucking massive in America. They'd done the different film clips as well for the American release and the Australian release.
Yeah, what was the American video?
I could be getting confused with
the woman was the sweat making her younger, right? Or turning into a weird alien?
Yeah, that's right. That hybrid fucking, But wasn't, I could be thinking of Tomorrow or Israel's Son. There was 2 different film clips. One was for America and one was released here.
Yeah, right.
I think. I could be getting me shit mixed up. I don't know.
Highly likely.
Probably. I'll ask Daniel next time I see him.
So anyway, they made it all the way to Israel. They influenced a bunch of bands, including this band, the Dodies. On the Sunday, Cumdown.
New paper, I need some new paper.
Fuck me, that's a good song. The Dodies. One of the great bands you put me onto there, Jay. Thank you very much for
Yeah,
that.
man, I'm good at that.
Did you only learn of those guys through Bumblefoot?
Essentially, yeah. I hit him up for an interview, and he wasn't doing any press at the time. And he goes, "But look, man, I got these guys, the Dodies. They're cool dudes. Check them out." And I did. And
Because they're doing their second album now, or they've done their second album with him again, I believe.
Bumble's doing it again. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Fucking hell. That's unreal. He's doing all right since he left Guns N' Roses. He's focusing a lot on the behind the scenes stuff with producing and that sort of thing. Good on him. Like,
It's a shame. It's a shame some of those guys couldn't get just one writing credit while they were with the band.
it's awful.
Because
Awful.
they'd at least have a little bit of an income coming in constantly for them. I doubt they get anything now.
They'd get some sort of residuals, I'd say, from Chinese democracy. Yeah, they'd have to be something.
Unless they just got a big performance thing to begin with.
Well, yeah, that's also pretty fucking likely, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fuck, I didn't think of that. That's very unfortunate. No wonder there's some bitterness there. It would have been cool if they stuck together. Poor old Bumble. He didn't want to be there for a long fucking time.
It's mental to me that someone like Tommy Stinson or someone has I think I'm right here, has more collective years in the band than Slash does. Or
Yeah, he does.
Duff
So does Richard Fortas at the moment.
Yeah.
Frank Ferreira, I think, has been in the band.
Would Fortas be the third longest serving?
Yeah, behind Dizzy.
Behind Twinkle Fingers. I can't remember.
Twinkle Fingers.
Dizzy,
Yeah, you
that's
got
it.
Axel, Dizzy, and now Fortas. It was Pittman before he was sacked, unfortunately. But now, it's Dizzy and now Pittman.
Yeah, right.
Fucking crazy, yeah. And because Slash was there for 10 years, or I think 12 years before he left. 11
No,
years.
really? Because he left in 97. didn't he?
96. Yeah.
I thought he left earlier than that.
I know my GNR.
Yeah, you are somewhat of a fan.
Seen him a few times.
Are there any other bands that you'd tour for like that?
Look, Metallica possibly, but not now. Back in the day, I would have.
Did you do multiple shows in 2010 when I did 3? I think it was.
I did multiple shows in Sydney, but not.
Yeah.
I didn't go.
I did 2
interstate.
Sydneys and a Brizzo.
I thought you went to Melbourne.
Oh, I may have. I went somewhere.
Because you went to a Melbourne show. I was very jealous because they played Unforgiven 3 and Damage Inc. at the show that I thought you went to.
No, it was Melbourne. It was 2 Sydneys and a Melbourne. Yeah.
Because the set list was fucking wild for that Melbourne show.
It was excellent. And
That tour was fucking great, though. The set list for that tour was fucking...
the thing that was cool about that show, and it would be good to see more stadium bands do this, is the stage was exciting for those who were high up.
Yeah.
So if you're in cheap seats, if you're on the pit, excellent. You can smell James's dick from where you're standing. But if you're last row, then you've got this excellent fucking light show coming from beneath the band as well.
Yeah, it's fucking great. And I had the privilege of seeing it from both angles. I was in the pit, and then I was at the nosebleeds for the last show in Sydney, and it was great both times.
It blew the 03.
03 was fucking great.
No, the show was
The
great.
stage
I'm
was
just talking as a
Sorry,
spectacle.
yeah,
That was Sydney Entertainment Centre. I was I think 2 rows from the back, and it was just front on.
Dude, I was in the pit for that show. That was my very first big concert, and I'd seen a few bands before that, but Metallica was definitely the biggest gig I'd been to at that point, and I was right at the front, fucking being pushed against the barrier. They came out to, I think they opened with Blackened, and then the second song came in, and I was crushed. I had to get out. Couldn't last. Big fat cunt like me, and I could not fucking last 2 seconds in the pit. Went out, went to the medical booth, went and got some free water, come back and watched the show from the side of the pit.
Do you ever foresee a return to festivals big like they were in that time frame?
Nah. Festivals are done, I think. Not in that regard.
In Australia, they are.
I think they're done in general. I don't think you'll ever get that same vibe that you used to get at a festival. I think that's a thing of the past.
The thing is, festivals in Europe, and we've spoken about this fucking 12 years ago on the show. Festivals in Europe, you have 3-day metal festivals that sell out 18 months in advance, and they're headlined by fucking bands from Australia that can't draw 20 people to Bar and Hill. Airborne. Yeah. Great. They're a rock and roll band. They're not setting the world on fire in terms of originality, but
It's recycled riffs. But they're still fucking doing the job.
it's mental. Yes, it would be fucking awesome because I was being an older man now. You start to get that nostalgia for things that happened in your 20s, and it's like, fuck, I missed the big day out because the first one was 30 years ago last week.
Do you think the vibe though is different because of our age as well? I mean, do you think we feel different about it compared to some fucking 18-year-old who's walking around a festival?
I think I mean, you've kind of got to realise if you're looking at a rock and metal festival, if I'm putting my money on the line, I'm aiming for that 30-plus demographic.
Yeah.
Because there are, and I still get really excited when I meet younger dudes who are into punk and metal and younger women who are into punk and metal. Like you got your Raw Menaces and Boudicas, and there's some bands that you'll hear on this show over the next few weeks. But it feels like it's, and I hate to say it, but it feels like a lot of that alternative shit was trendy at the time. So that's why a lot of people were into it. So it wasn't so much big because it was great. It was to us.
Yeah.
But like all the offsiders that were onto metal at the time and now onto whatever's cool now kind of thing.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. And but that's the thing with with the age, the trend thing. It's whatever's cool at the time. You and I, though, we've just always been above cool.
Yeah.
And we've stuck to our guns, man.
Look, you don't be the cool boys of Raymond Terrace for nothing.
Raymond Terrace and Barrow.
Yeah, exactly right. But yeah, look, I'd love to see a return to festivals.
It'd be great, but I think it's done as long as in this post coof world it's not going to be a reality, especially in this country. We're too regulated at the moment. Everything is, you can't sing at a fucking church.
And the optimist in me says that that's not going to last forever.
I hope so, and I think it'll just eventually happen. We'll just one day be back to normality.
Like I saw, and I won't mention locations and names for the sake of legalities here in case there is anything, but I saw Trashed again, and I saw the Bin Lids, and I saw I Hate People at a private thing last weekend, and despite being 45 degrees and me still wearing jeans like a fucking dickhead, it was fucking excellent. Picture...
I mean, grown men in shorts.
Yeah, it's not a fucking school photo day, mate. Just picture a private property, an old...
Like a
building.
barn.
Like a barn type thing.
Barn,
yeah.
the photos you sent me, yeah.
But that shit was fucking excellent. It was so good. It felt normal again, you know? Everyone there was respectful, but having a fucking good time.
If restrictions at pubs and clubs means a resurgence of private parties and gigs like that,
I'm all for it.
Fucking oath, man. Fucking oath. No, was there any issues? Like no blues or no? That's unreal.
Yeah, it's choice.
Fucking oath. That's what you want. Like, because I can't see, I mean, unless you go to a in quotes cool pub who is willing to sort of look the other way if things aren't exactly how they should be when it comes to the new rules. It's going to be a hard time for everyone.
Yeah.
No one's going to enjoy themselves,
I don't
especially after a gut full of piss.
Yeah.
I went to the pub the first time in 6 months last week. I wore my mask when I got there, and I sat down, took it off, and had my beer. But because I was half pissed after my first fucking beer, I didn't wear it the rest of the night. No one gave a shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, I think we're just going to get to a point where people just got to stop giving a shit, really, and we're just going to get back to a point of normality.
It's tough though because people are out there trying to be relaxed with it. But I also don't like seeing people give the venues shit for it as well because it's their fucking money on the line.
For sure, yeah.
It's I can't go, hey, let me in without a mask, don't be a dickhead, because it's not me that's going to get the fine.
And I'm all for the private business having their own rules or whatever. I mean, fucking, it's up to them. It's my house. I can let you in or not. It's as simple as that. It's my rules.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the government regulation,
my human right to go to the station. No, it's fucking not.
No,
mate.
it's not. It's their private
Yeah.
business. Go fuck yourself. It's as simple as that. I understand.
By that
what
logic,
they're
I can
saying.
walk into your house anytime I want.
Exactly. It's fucking retarded. Like, you can't do that. It's silly. It's fucking silly.
It's very, very dumb.
Yeah.
On that note, look, it's been a lovely, lovely Sunday. We are going to leave you with a tune that I think we're going to go see tonight.
Look, man, I'm changing shit up. I'm going to me mates over the seas. I'm going to PitchBlack. I am. A couple of guys that we promised they were going to be on the show fucking about 18 months ago, but then shit went to shit, so it didn't happen. So we'll play the guys tonight. It's a bit of a thank you to them. But so gigs coming up. Anything cool you going to?
Well, this evening I think we're going to see. Spoiler: this is recorded on Friday. I think we're going to go see Drugs and Sport in Local X Morris. Yep. Thrashville next weekend, so by the time this goes out, you've still got time to get a ticket to Thrashville.
Right, Thrashville. So who's headlining?
Let's run through that. Let's run through Ezekiel Locks and the Evidence from, Memel, Super Heist, Night Train TV.
We had Zeke on the show, didn't we?
We did. You've got Neptune Power Federation, who are fantastic, featuring members of Frenzal Rom and a bunch of other classic rock bands. Mm-hmm. You've got Front End Loader, who are probably one of the most underrated rock bands.
No way. Are they playing?
They're playing the Friday evening, Jay.
Dude, the last time I saw Front End Loader was in 1997 at the Dog Bite Festival in Maitland. Holy cow, I will be there on
It is
Friday.
funny, every time I share the Thrashville poster, the first comment is normally, a fucking Front End Loader's still around.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So fucking, it's been around for a long, it might have been 98, but yeah, either way, long fucking time ago since I've seen them.
And same
Christ.
lineup, I believe.
Wow.
Was Pete Kostick always drumming for him?
I have no idea who
Anyway,
Pete Kostick is.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's the same lineup. A bunch of locals as well. So you got Owen Guns, Bin Lids, Bloody Hell, who are excellent. So there's a bunch of great bands played. It's 2 days.
I want to get the Owen Guns on the show. They're a fucking great band.
Owen Guns played last week.
The old Engadine Maccas.
No, that's the Bob Bots. That's Sean's
Isn't
other
the Owen
band.
Guns? Oh,
No.
Isn't the Owen Guns the
Fuck cyclists and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But
Yeah, so cool. Let's leave you with Pitch Black, is it?
yes, man. Pitch Black with Patient X.
Thanks for having us on your Sunday evening. Enjoy the bangover.
Come back next week, guys. Like, subscribe, all that dumb shit. Take it easy. Have fun.
Adios.
sucking my dick and balls.